Three men are through to the semi-finals of the Happy Bet European Darts Grand Prix. The world number 1 Michael van Gerwen will face the number 4 seed Kim Huybrechts, and the number 2 seed Peter Snakebite Wright awaits the winner of this encounter. An all-Dutch clash, where not only a place in the last 4 of this tournament is on the line, but Raymond van Barneveld's very presence at the European Championships in Hasselt in Belgium later this year hangs by a thread. It is do or die for Barney. The 5-time world champion must make the final, or he will not be at one of the biggest events of the year. To make the final, he's going to have to beat Benito van der Pas, and he's going to have to beat Peter Wright as well. Now, let's just focus on this encounter first. Barney has played some excellent stuff over the course of this weekend. He has had to battle his way through. He has survived 3 match darts in total, from 2 in the qualifiers from Mike Zuidwijk, 1 from Simon Whitlock. And he had to throw 108 average to overcome James Wilson in the 3rd round this afternoon. I'm Dan Dawson.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg, Raymond to throw first. Game on!
Yeah, I'm Dan Dawson, that's Russ Bray, that's Raymond van Barneveld, and this is Paul Nicholson.
It certainly is, and Raymond definitely knows what he's got to do now. You say first and foremost, Benito van der Pas is his opponent. He's got to get over him first, and then that mammoth task of taking out Peter Wright, who's definitely in touch this weekend with the way he's throwing so much better with the darts from today as opposed to the ones from yesterday. But what I'd like to say about this match is it's almost like a generational battle. The figurehead, the godfather of Dutch darts against the guy that people are looking to beyond Van Gerwen. So he's the kid. He's the future.
90s.
With Klassen, with some of the many others from Holland. There are too many to mention.
Well, we've just had the Junior Darts Corporation final today with the young lad Justin van Tergouw made the final there.
Remember that name. Yeah. I'm just becoming aware of this young man. I am not going to forget that name at all. I'm hearing very big things about him. Dutch darts is not just in a good place now. It's in a good place for probably the next 25 years.
Well, potentially. And Barney will set that up very nicely indeed.
He looks chilled out, the Barn. He really does. Came on stage, just have a game of darts. See how we go. No real
100.
Big lifts of the arms or celebrations or welcomes to the crowd. Just get up there, get on with it. And I think that's smart. Because if he is going to go on to beat Van der Pas, he's going to have to deal with a whole different kettle of fish in the semi-final.
Yeah, just to give him his dues, a lad called Jim Mostyn won that Junior Darts Corporation title there. Won it 5-4 against Justin van Tergouw in what was essentially someone from Stoke playing someone from Holland in the final of a darts event. The more things change, the more things stay the same. I've heard good things about both those lads. It'll be exciting to see how they develop. But more importantly, we have Raymond van Barneveld against Benito van der Pas here. And Benito van der Pas, he is only 23 years old. Now, you wouldn't believe that because when he beat Joe Mernon earlier on, and he did his interview with Elmar Polka, as Barney has to settle for 1040, Benito said, oh, you know, I'm only 22 years old. I've got to keep improving. You're not, Benito. You're 23. But I'll let him off. His counting's usually very good.
Maybe he doesn't like prime numbers.
Maybe. Look, I'm just taking the mick out of a lad who's doing an interview in a second language, so I'm going to be quiet. My German is awful. That's very good, though, from Raymond van Barneveld.
I don't know any sportsmen that don't like the number 23, though. It's Michael Jordan's number.
David Beckham's number. There's 115 Benito's.
75.
Barney, potential 11 darter coming in here.
And it only took him 2 darts to hit this against Simon Whitlock. But he hit a 60 before it. This time he needs the bull for 2-0. Bullseye, yes! Oh, he likes living on the edge, does Barney. He's been on the edge since he went to the qualifiers on Thursday. Decided to turn up and say, you know what, I'm not dead yet. So, as it stands, 2-0 Barney. Still alive. Still going to hassle at this point, but there's a lot of hurdles to go over. It's a bit like Colin Jackson. Look down that lane. That's what I've got to do.
Well, Raymond van Barneveld has made life difficult for himself because he hasn't turned up on the European Tour. He tried qualifying for a couple at the start of the year, didn't make it through. Double-deckered. Jan Dekker and Mike de Dekker beat him in the qualifiers. He turned up for the qualifiers for this, which were on Thursday.
40.
He won the first one, had to survive match darts, 2 of them, from Mike Zijdwijk, one of his young Dutch protégés. And in the qualifier for the last event of the year, he was beaten by the Hungarian János Varga. So he knows this is his only opportunity to get, we believe that the qualifying amount you'll need to win in the Euro Tour this year to make the finals is around about the 9 to 10 grand mark. Now you're only going to get that if you make a final in one event. So Barney knows what he's got to do. And so far he has played some superb darts. He's produced the shot of the Euro Tour for me for 2016. 1-4-1 checkout to beat Simon Whitlock in a deciding leg when Whitlock was on 32, I believe, for the match, having already missed one match dart.
Yep.
Absolutely unreal from Barney. Then he's averaged 108 against James Wilson. He is battling. He is fighting. He actually means something. And when Barney actually cares and is trying and he's not given up, he is incredible. He's one of the greatest darts players ever seen.
He's trying to do a Taylor. He's trying to do a smash and grab job.
That's exactly what he's trying to do.
And the possibility is still there that 2 of the unseeded players going to Hasselt could be Phil Taylor and Raymond van Barneveld. What a scary prospect.
Well, Benito has a chance for a big one here. And it's still on. Ooh, we need another treble 20 for a poke at the double 18. Just for good measure.
16.
Yeah, would have hit it.
Just because he can. Yeah. Will it be a 25? Now it's an 18 for tops. For 3-0.
21.
Oh, that is a glare from the 5-time world champion. I think there was a cry of stand up if you love the darts that decided to burst into life just as he was thrown for double top.
Well, we said don't make Michael van Gerwen angry. Well, don't make Barney angry.
30.
Well, he's going to get another poke at it.
Raymond, you require 40.
Take your chance, Barney. You're not going to get many more from the young man, that's for sure. It looks good. Is good. Takes his opportunity. Van Barneveld 3-0 up. The 6th seed is in trouble.
Yes, he is. Benito van der Pas beat Joe Mernon this afternoon. As I said, he beat Cristo Reyes in the second round yesterday. He had to survive a match start from Cristo in an absolutely enthralling game. Benito has been averaging in the mid to high 90s all the way through this weekend. Now,
57.
If he does, carry that on here and he's around about that mark, it still may not be enough because Raymond van Barneveld, when he is focused, is capable of anything.
96.
You know who I'm going to blame for Barneveld being so focused? I'm going to blame Scott Dale.
Well, you know what? He may well have had a role to play in this. He was Barney's first opponent on the Friday.
85.
He really did push Barney in the first 6 legs, and he may have just switched the big bad monster on as if to say, oh, right, so if I'm going to get myself to this final,
60.
I've got to go through every single hurdle, and my first hurdle is this hard?
Yeah, it didn't get any easier against Whitlock, and Wilson certainly pushed him as well. It's not as if he's had an easy
57.
path through Raymond van Barneveld. Right now, though, he does have a 3-0 lead on Benito van der Pas
100.
as he looks to set up a semi-final clash with Peter Snakebite Wright. Now, it's not just, I know this is target 1 for Barney. You can't afford to think about anything else. And Benito's got 6 darts from here because 162 is a bogey number for Raymond van Barneveld. He might just do in 3, Yeah, it's doing 3, Benito, double 16. No, Benito.
36.
I'll come back and try and hit that same target.
No, he went for double 8 to set up double 8.
Ah, right, yeah.
Look, like he did with double 18 to set up tops.
Right.
Just a tactic.
It all adds up now.
It will all add up if Van der Pas hits double 8 again.
16.
Well, don't hit double 16. There we go.
There
it is.
Full flag. Benito
He does get a leg on the board, Benito van der Pas.
He's having a bit of a look at that double 8 as if to say, okay. So you might be the one that I have to hit a lot in this game to get myself on track.
100.
Well, Van Barneveld does know how to win in Europe. He's won so many titles, I'm not going to list them. but he has won in Dusseldorf. He is one of the few people who has actually won a European Tour event. It's been a long time,
Yeah.
but he knows how to get through this format. And he's got to draw on the strengths of that performance in Dusseldorf to get the job done. And I've said it once, I've said it twice already today. He just looks quite relaxed. He doesn't seem like he's stressed out by the whole situation. He's just getting on with it in his own little bubble. He's only been unsettled once by that cry out when he was on tops, but he fixed that situation. And now he just goes back to the hockey, back in there.
Yeah, you do get the feeling that Barney's biggest opponent is himself. And when he... Obviously, everybody remembers the great final with himself and Taylor. That was when Barney was on the crest of a wave. He'd come over and he just carried on continuing his domination. He conquered the world. And he will go down in history for that, as Barney isn't going to take out the 136. So 16 to leave in double top. Benito van der Pas. It'll be the third time this weekend if he takes this out. The 170. Ian White did it. Saw it earlier on from MVG. Benito's not going to make it 3 for the weekend.
We've seen a lot of big finishes this week. We've seen a 161 from Wadey, 145 from Wright. We will see tops from Barney. It's a similar gate to the last time he was at tops. This time he splits. But he hits 10s and a little bit of emotion. The first time we've really seen it today. Maybe, upon maybe, this could happen.
Well, it could do. And as I say, Barney, you often feel his biggest opponent is himself. But when he genuinely starts to believe, and that's the word that he always mentions, Raymond van Barneveld, it is belief. When he beat Taylor, obviously happily, it was the crest of a wave, but the ones that really stick out for me are when he was nearly eliminated from the Premier League and then just roared back on this incredible unbeaten run into the playoffs and then went and won the whole thing. And he constantly talked about this sign at the sponsor's office about anything is possible, and it just got stuck in his head and it just lodged there and it spurred him on. He thought, you know what, anything is possible. I'm Raymond van Barneveld, 5-time champion of the world. When he won the Grand Slam, he just seemed to think, yeah, I can do this. He changed his darts, changed the weight a couple of grams. 84. And then he said, people were saying to me, Ray, you know, is it really the darts? Is it you? And he's like, I don't know. I really don't know. He just can't seem to explain where these weird fluctuations in his own ability come from. But when he actually starts to think, 34. Yes, it's happening, then he just unlocks this potential that other players just do not have, and he is capable of quite magical things on the dartboard. And he's up against Benito van der Pas here, who is a very, very exciting young player, and right now he is doing the business. Not going to take out the 144, but Benito may only get a dart at the bullseye to try and make it 4-2, and if he doesn't, Barney is ready to pounce.
It just depends where Benito wants to go. It should be the 20s because you want insurance here. The policy pays on bullseye, which he just edges. And gives Van Barneveld the opportunity to go 5-1 up. I've said it already. Hit this, and it will provide you with a lot less stress. Bullseye as well.
61.
Both men miss the ball. It's about who can clear up the 25 now. I think they may go the same route. 9 for double 8 it is. Still double 8 Benito. And doesn't get it. And Barney will now have a go at the same target. And if he does get it, Benito van der Pas will have to win 5 consecutive legs.
Can't see it myself if he hits it. And he does. Barneveld has been in the ascendancy in this game from the very beginning. Van der Pas has had a bit of luck over the last couple of weeks with some mismatched darts against himself, even in this tournament. But maybe it's Van Barneveld's time to ride that wave of fortune and kick forward and write himself another story.
Now, you listen to some of the people in the know, far more knowledgeable than I in PDC darts, and when you talk about the increase in standard over the years, they will tell you that playing week in, week out, the best in the world, it's no real surprise that we see these guys get better and better and better. But Raymond van Barneveld is past that stage. He doesn't play week in, week out. He doesn't do it on a weekly basis. He's not playing like Benito, who goes and plays everything. Raymond van Barneveld, in terms of tour events, has played 7 out of the entirety of this year. Benito has played 8 since the start of July. But the thing is with Barney, such is his incredible talent and his experience, that he has the ability, and it doesn't always come out, but he has the ability to just turn up, first Euro Tour event of the year, we're in September, and he is playing like this. He can go and win it after basically just not even bothering with the tour events. We've obviously seen him on the World Series, we've seen him on the big stages. Not always gone his way. Not had a great year, if we're honest.
Not at all. But the year will change if he gets through this match, which is looking extremely likely. And we have to mention how much of a factor is that Barney is as fresh as anybody in this tournament. Because, yes, he hasn't played the last couple of weeks, and we haven't seen him for a while. But
40.
He did play decent darts in Australia, especially at the back end of it. And he is fresh. Let's see if he can hit this. Win 6-1. Go through.
32.
Not yet. He is coming back, though.
Yes, he is. And Raymond van Barneveld, it's a 97 sort of average. It's good. It's solid. But the most impressive thing is that he has gone up against a very dangerous opponent in Benito van der Pas, and he has controlled this from start to finish. And Barney tops for a 6-1 win. It is there, and Barney is 1 win away from booking his place not only in the final of the Happy Bet European Darts Grand Prix, but also the European Championship Finals in Hasselt in Belgium. Barney came here with a mission. It is going just about according to plan. But Peter Snakebite Wright is the man who has the chance to derail Barney's hopes of Euro Championship glory. Those two will face off in the semi-finals, the second semi-final. But we're going to launch into the last 4 action in just a few moments with the world #1 Michael van Gerwen against the fiery Kim Huybrechts.
Qualifikation hinein in das Halbfinale. Raymond, congratulations. That's it's about hitting doubles. You hit the doubles.
Well, I'm practicing hard on doubles the last 3-4 days. You know, if I got spare time, I always do 20 10s and 5s and 32 8. So the whole board, I try to hit as many doubles as possible. But I changed my darts again. You know, 14 months I played with the phase 5 darts, and then I got back to phase 1, and my natural throw is back. You know, your brain will say, oh yeah, this is the natural throw you always do, and many 140s and Tom Plus scores. If you do that, if you hit a lot of Tom Plus scores, you know, then the confidence will come back straight away, because you're giving yourself sometimes a break to hit your doubles, you know. And if you hit 60s or 85s, you know, you don't have time to finish.
Is the qualifying for the European Championship something you're thinking about? One more win?
Yeah, don't mind. Yeah, of course, if I win one game, I'm in the Europeans, you know. But I didn't play many European tours, you know. But at the end, there's always a new year, you know. The new year, maybe I'm going to play a lot of them. So this is a great chance, and I'm playing well, so why not? Peter Wright's playing well, you know. Kim Huybrechts, Michael van Gerwen. One of us 4, and then hopefully it will be me. So.
Okay, see you later again. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ray. Raymond van Barneveld. Er sagt